Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about cheating and who's to blame when they get caught cheating and who you should really be fighting with. A lot of times, especially on social media, we'll see two girls fighting. Sometimes it's guys, but it's mostly the girls. They're fighting about a guy. Who's really the guy is with? Whether or not they're gonna fight over this guy. And it sucks. We shouldn't be doing this. It's not the girl's fault or the guy's fault. It's your significant other. It's their fault that they cheated. It's not even your fault. It's their fault. So we have to stop doing this. And we have to start holding people accountable for their own actions. So you find out your man is cheating. What's the first thing that you do? You find out who that girl is and you go after her. You want her to know who you are. You want her to know that you're a man and she needs to stay away from him. You might fight her, threaten her. It could go over social media, text messages, in person. It could escalate. It could last a long time. It could be short-lived. There's a lot of different things that it could be, but regardless, it happens, and it happens all the time. And you're going to hate that girl. You're going to hate anybody that has anything to do with her. You're going to hate anything that reminds you of her. Then what happens with your man? You go home. You fight with him. You might throw his clothes out the door. You might threaten to leave him. You might not talk to him for a couple days. The usual, but things are going to calm down. He's going to weasel his way back in with some lies and some half-truths, and he's going to butter you all up, and you're going to take him back. And then what happens after that? You don't trust him. Chances are he'll cheat on you again, and you don't want that to happen because you don't want to hurt. So you watch him. You go through his phone. You keep tabs on him. You might keep tabs on the girl to make sure they're still not talking. You're pretty much babysitting a grown man. And it's terrible that we do this. And we don't hold them accountable for it. We just forgave them. And then it's on us to watch them. So, during the whole thing, he'll tell you cheating, it was a mistake. He didn't mean it, or it was the girl's fault. Whatever it be. Cheating's not a mistake. It's premeditated. Never once did it ever slip that man's mind that he had a girlfriend. I don't care if he was at a party. I don't care if he's high or he's drunk or he was with certain people or the girl came onto him or the girl wouldn't let go or whatever it is. That guy knew he had you the entire time. He didn't forget about you. You weren't new news to him. He did it because he didn't think you would find out. And if it starts off as initial contact, they either met or they knew each other. And then it escalates and escalates and escalates until the act of cheating actually happens. And never at one point does he stop it. He continues with it. He might feel a little bad about it. He might, think twice about it here and there, but he continues with it. He continues to pursue it when he had plenty of chances to back out. When a man cheats on you, he does not love you. Nothing in cheating says he loves you. Now, he's going to tell you that he loves you and he wants to be with you and he wants to fix things. But when you cheat on somebody, you don't love them. Now, I've been in love with people, and when you're in love with someone, you do anything for them. You're head over heels. You would never, ever step out on them. You would never, ever hurt them in that way. You just couldn't because you're so in love with them. That's the only person you could ever imagine being with or going to because you're in love with them. And I don't care, if your sex life is lacking. I don't care if you guys are fighting or there's a lot of stress or someone gained a little bit of weight. If you're in love with somebody, none of that matters, because that's the only person you want to go to. That's the only person you want to be with. Now, there's another situation, which most of these cheaters are in. And I really didn't understand it until I was in almost the same situation. I didn't understand a cheater's mind until I was with somebody that I wasn't in love with. I was with him. He was a good guy, and I had love for him, but I wasn't in love with him. So my relationship was lacking. It was lacking the passion and drive that it needed to be in love with. I don't know why. I just wasn't in love with him. And there was holes that I wanted to fulfill, and I thought about it. I didn't act on it because I have morals, but I wanted to fulfill that, and we ended up just breaking up for various reasons. But the thing is, I thought about it, and this is what these cheaters are thinking when they cheat. They think about it before it happens because they're not being fulfilled. There's something missing, and if they're in love, they're fulfilled, and if they're not fulfilled, they'll tell you, and you'll fix it, and it will be fulfilled. But if they're with you and they just have love for you, there's something missing, and they're trying to fill it. And they're trying to fill it with these girls, whether it's 1 girl, 2 girls, 5 girls, it doesn't matter. You can be the most perfect girl on the face of the earth. You could cook him dinner every night, keep the house clean, give him everything and anything he's ever wanted. You could be the hottest girl in the world. It doesn't matter to a man that is not in love. You doing nice things for him will not make him fall in love with you. Mine did nice things for me all the time. It didn't make me fall in love with him. I cared, but I wasn't in love. No matter what anybody ever does, you can't force someone to fall in love with you. It just doesn't happen that way. But at the same time, when you're with someone like that, you care for them, you have love for them, but you're also selfish with them. You're keeping them to yourself, and it's not fair. It's not fair to them. It's also not fair to you, because you're staying with someone you're not in love with, and it's wasting your time from finding someone that you could really be with, that you could be in love with. But you're being selfish. You also don't want anybody else to have them because they are nice and they are good. And they do good things. So you don't want anybody else to have them. So this is where these men are. They have love for you. They're not in love with you. But they're also being selfish with you. They don't want anybody else to have you. But they also don't want to have you either. They want you to stay. They want you to do good things for them. But at the same time, they're looking to fill a void. And they cheat. That's how they fill those voids. And just because they're cheating doesn't mean those are the girls they want to be with. It doesn't mean those are the girls that they're in love with. They're looking to fill a void. Whether that girl's filling the void or not. Because if she's not, they'll just find another one. But they're looking to fill a void. And you can't fill it for them. Only they can fill that void by finding someone they truly are in love with. So when someone's caught cheating, you have to know that. I know that hurts. And I know that's very difficult to swallow, that the person you are with, no matter how long you've been with them, they're caught cheating. You have to understand they are not in love with you. It is not your fault. It is not the other girl's fault. Even if she knew about you and she still talked to him, it was not her fault. It's his fault. He pursued it and he did it. And he wasn't honest with you. He didn't tell you that he wasn't in love with you. He couldn't tell you. When someone's not in love with you, they're careless with you. They don't care as much about hurting you as they would if they were in love with someone. They just think you're not going to find out. So they don't care. They don't think it's going to hurt you because you're not going to find out. But when you do find out, it hurts. We all know that. But blaming these other girls and fighting with them is not going to fix him. It's not going to make him faithful. It's not going to make him fall in love with you. It's not going to make him realize you're the one. It's not going to do anything. You're wasting your time fighting with these other people. I mean, it's not even worth fighting with him over. You just have to understand and realize this is not the man for you. And you have to move on. Let it all go for your own sanity, for everybody's sanity. And I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult if you have kids or houses together or whatever. If you have ties, it's going to be difficult. But you need to suck it up, understand that he needs someone else, and you also need someone else. You need to go your separate ways and open yourself back up to someone who can actually be in love with you. Instead of wasting your time with these guys that aren't in love with you. They have love for you, but they're not in love with you. So don't let a man be selfish with you. Just don't. Move on and be happy. Stop fighting with these girls. They're not worth it. You're better than that. Talk to you guys later. Bye.